We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is committed to transforming the country into a leading agricultural resource hub in the world. This morning, Marcos attended the opening ceremonies of the AgriLink, FoodLink, AquaLink 2022 at the World Trade Center in Pasay City and stressed the importance of improving the country's agricultural industry. In his speech, Marcos said the work to improve the country's agricultural sector as well as the plight of our farmers and fisherfolk has only just begun. He said he had decided to take on the portfolio as Agricultural Secretary to ensure that the country will achieve stability in food supply and prices by pursuing partnerships. The AgriLink FoodLink AquaLink 2022 is organized by the Foundation for Resource Linkage and Development. It is the country's largest, most influential, and internationally recognized trade exhibition on agriculture, food, and aquaculture.
So now it is time to once again lay the path for our agricultural industrialization. And this is a good first step for all of us to once again introduce ourselves to each other and to find the way forward with the new global economy. Let me first of all recognize our farmers, our fisherfolk, our livestock farmers and breeders, the great unsung heroes of our nation. Because of them, we have food on our tables. Because of them, we have the sustenance we need to pursue our endeavors for the betterment of our nation. And that is why it is important that we accelerate all our efforts. And occasions such as this are just the highly appropriate times for which we can remind ourselves that what we are doing is not only growing crops, not only expanding fisheries, not only helping our livestock growers, but what we are is feeding a nation.
Vice President Sara Duterte said the full implementation of the 5-day face-to-face classes in November is still being discussed at the cabinet level. Duterte said the Department of Education is preparing a report that will help President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. decide if schools shall be provided with blended learning options. Earlier, the DepEd has maintained its plan to implement the full swing of in-person classes nationwide on November 2. However, some schools are still in distance learning or blended setup after being affected by the previous magnitude 7 earthquake and super typhoon Karding. Duterte, meanwhile, underscored the need to resume in-person classes as it addresses learning gaps incurred during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Ang pinakamahalaga na masasabi ko na nagawa natin as a country is naibalik natin yung in-person classes sa ating mga eskwelahan. Napakahalaga na nabalik natin ang option na iyon sa ating mga eskwelahan ang mag-conduct ng 5 days in-person classes. And meron tayong mga schools right now na ganun nga yung ginagawa nila dahil nakita din nila na mas napapadali ang pagtuturo nila kapag 5 days in-person classes.
Interior Secretary Benno Abalos reiterated his call to those who can give information that could lead to the arrest of the culprits behind the killing of veteran radio host Percy Lapid. Abalos condemned the incident as he vowed to uphold the welfare of the media personnel. He earlier offered a 500,000 peso reward for anyone who can give information, which he said will come from his personal funds. Abalos assured Lapid's bereaved family that the government will use all of its resources to identify the perpetrators of the crime. He added the DILG and PNP have committed to delivering justice to the family of Lapid and bring the suspects to justice. Lapid was ambushed by 2 assailants on board a motorcycle on Monday night at the gate of BF Resort along Arias Street, Barangay Talon 2, Las Piñas City. The Commission on Elections is looking to allow voter applicants in Metro Manila to register even outside their respective local election offices. COMELEC spokesperson John Rex Laudianco said that the Register Anywhere system will provide registrants the convenience of registering off-site or in satellite offices in malls. The poll body will install 2 sets of voter booths in the registration sites for residents and non-residents. The names of registrants will still be posted in the office of the election officer having jurisdiction over the city or municipality of their residence. Also, the election registration boards having jurisdiction over the registrants' residents shall still have the exclusive and original power to hear all applications. That's the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We're also shown on the social media pages of the Office of the Press Secretary and Radyo Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I'm Stephanie Sevillano. We tell stories that inspire change.